What's up, y'all? Just want to talk about the fight that's going on tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Bivol versus, you know what I'm saying, Artur Beterbiev. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck, however we pronounce that shit. Whatever the bullshit is. Motherfucking. So I just want to talk about how Bivol throws his punches. And, you know what I'm saying? This is especially prominent and should be useful against somebody like Canelo. It's a great example, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to say that Canelo and Beterbiev are the same person, but they do like to sit there. I'm not gonna say sit there, but when they feel that their opponent is like gassed, they're gonna sit there and throw punches with less of a concern. You know what I'm saying? What I will say is Bivol is never throwing a punch without being ready to be countered, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? How rarely does he get hit cleanly in the head? It's a good question to ask, and I want to explain why I think that is. If you just watch this little sequence right here that he does on Canelo real quick, you can see every time he throws a punch, I just want to every punch he's throwing, I mean, look at his. So the thing is about punching and shit in your head, you know what I'm saying? Punching your head, your fucking chin, that's how you knock your brain around the most, all right? Hitting up here, it can do it, but you're gonna need to land a super clean punch, and with boxing gloves, it's kind of hard to get like a brick of a punch, you know what I'm saying? So the best way to knock somebody out with a glove would be straight to the chin, because it's a big 16-ounce glove or 10-ounce glove. So it should be able to swing your fucking skull around a couple times, hitting from the bottom. But my point is that every punch that he's throwing right there, every time he finishes his extension, throw one more thing. I mean, the jab. What is that? Like, what? Not everybody does that. I don't know if you could see his shoulder. Every single time, you might say that this side is open, which it is, for there at least. But I mean, he's ready to bring his hand up, and he's only opening up because he knows he has Canelo in a position that he can't fully counter. A solid left hook, so he knows how to throw every strike too. So does Beterbiev, but ultimately, what my point was that anytime you see Bivol throw a punch, look how my shoulders are down right now. If I'm just gonna you throw out like flicker jab with my shoulder down, he's like he's with his shoulders. So even if I were to throw a jab, and even if my hand was down here, my whole shoulder is facing this way, and it's kind of got your whole angle. Just think if you're standing in a orthodox stance, and I'm also in orthodox stance right now, my left hand reached out like this, I have an angle. This is why a post is effective. I have an angle on you to where you can't throw on this side. So even if my hand was right here, I should theoretically be okay, which is why he could see on the screen. Or I guess you can't see the screen right now, but whenever he throws his punches, he's rolling his shoulder, but his hand does drop from top. But that's okay because this is safe. This is relatively safe. Unless he has an angle over here on you, this is safe, because even if you do throw shoulder, you can't hit my chin. My shoulders are here. So he's always throwing with being defensively sound, you know what I'm saying? Relatively speaking. And on top of the fact that he bounces in and out of the wood, so he's constantly moving. He's not gonna just stand in the pocket and fight with you. And that's obviously why he doesn't have so many KOs. And to get to that, Why do you think Beterbiev has so many KOs? He loves to just stand in the pocket, and Canelo's the same kind of guy. He doesn't really stand in the pocket. He likes to bounce in and out too a little bit. But when he does, when it's sitting there and bang, you know what I'm saying? He can fucking throw. And Beterbiev's whole game is pretty much about that. I mean, obviously he has a fucking snappy jab, right? But I would say, let's be real. Bivol can control range better than him. I would say that. With the jab, at least. With the jab and the 1-2. That's his whole bread and butter. Let's keep it $150. Bivol's bread and butter is going to be the 1-2s and the 1s. And what I just got done telling you was every single time he does throw the 1 and the 1-2, he has an angle cut off to where even if you do throw overhand right, you're going to hit the fucking shoulder. Even if you do throw a lead hook, I have an angle, so you can't get a lead hook around this angle. Whenever I throw my jab, I got an angle, so you can't really get a lead hook around it. Yeah, from what I can see. So the whole point is that it's going to be the same kind of fight. Canelo versus Bivol. I think it's just going to be Canelo trying to, or Beterbiev trying to get like hooks in the void, like in the pocket. He's trying to get hooks off in the pocket. And that's kind of a tailored matchup for Bivol, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it $100. Because if you look at any of Beterbiev's boxing fights, and he's just kind of unloading on the dude that's holding a high guard. Now obviously the dude's hurt, but if this is Bivol or not Bivol, this is Canelo. Canelo's gonna throw a lead hook as you're unloading off on him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at. Like he's gonna throw something to get you off of him. And I just feel like watching Beterbiev fight, I haven't seen him really fight any dudes that are gonna throw to get him off of him, because he's just standing there in the pocket. Like look, like I said, the fighting is a void. He's right in front of him. Yeah, he's not worried about anything. And that's kind of speaking to how dominant he is over this dude, right? But you know what I'm saying, technically speaking, that's not smart. You should still be not standing in the void. You should still be, if you want to get in the void, slip in the void, throw an uppercut, slip, fucking fade into the void. But he kind of just stands in the void, and that's what I'm kind of getting at. He stands in the pocket. So you're versing somebody that his whole game is known for bouncing in and out of the pocket, and you like to just stand in the pocket and throw on somebody because you're a power puncher and you punch hard. That's good, but I would say Canelo is a better power puncher. He throws technically better punches than Beterbiev. They're gonna generate more power just off technique. He's literally known for his technique. Canelo has better technique, and he didn't really do shit to Bivol. If I'm gonna keep it $150, and he knows how to throw the best check left hooks. He knows how to throw he literally is in a lighter weight division. He knows how to throw technically the best shots, and he couldn't catch Bivol clean. So what makes you think that Beterbiev will let alone catch him clean, but catch him at all? Like, if he's just gonna stand in here in the pocket, if this is his whole game, I'm not saying it is. Obviously I saw him doing a shell earlier, so he's got a good defensive game. But if he's gonna stand in the pocket and try to fight with Bivol, Bivol's just gonna jab out of the pocket, pull, counter, jab, break your guard. Is he prepared for all that? I haven't really seen too much defense. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he has no defense, but compared to Bivol, I think Bivol is the more well-rounded. I think Beterbiev has some scary ass offense, but you can't just be all offense. You have to be able to do other things. I'm not saying he can't, again, but against Bivol, he's kind of seen that already. And I'm not saying that Beterbiev hasn't. Obviously, this is a very close fight, but in my personal opinion, I'm very convinced that Bivol is just gonna decision him. He's obviously not gonna knock him out, but I think it's the decision for Bivol. And yeah, I just don't see, even if he does get backed up against the back of the cage, Bivol, I'm talking about, he has a very good high guard. Maybe like an uppercut down the middle, but Canelo spammed those in his fight. you just got to think realistically speaking, and realistically, what does Beterbiev have to offer for Bivol in terms of distance, management? Think about that. Think about, yeah, if he does get in the pocket with him, it's kind of scary, but how does he get in the pocket with him? Does Beterbiev feint? Does he like do all those setup shots, or does he just start unloading on a dude because he's stronger, more powerful? I'm not certain he's just gonna be able to outmuscle Bivol. I think it's a decision for Bivol. But you know what I'm saying? I broke down both of them. And just based off of watching him, he's just standing in the pocket unloading on dudes with a high guard up that aren't going to counter back. They're not going to throw anything back. And he's just, like I said, standing in the void. Shout out Mighty Mouse. But that's very important in fighting. When are you ever going to see Bivol just standing in the void? Unless he obviously has an opponent gas, which he does. But I just say, even in other fights, I just say that he's always standing in the void or in the pocket with somebody, and he gets dropped for it right there. I mean, that should tell you all you need to know. He met somebody that could throw in the pocket with him, and he gets dropped. I'm not saying Bivol can throw in the pocket with him. Definitely not. But if he can, you're better off being able to fight in the pocket and out of it, and be able to bounce out of it and have the movement, than just being able to fight in the pocket. If you know what I'm saying. 2's better than 1. We just gotta think logistically speaking. And he's 39 years old. I have Bivol winning, dude. I mean, I don't even know if I want to say close decision. I think that it's probably be close decision. Yeah, close decision. Close decision. I think it'll be a close decision. Split decision. I don't know what y'all think. What y'all think? Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, I mean, that I don't really know what else I could add to that. It's just boxing. It's not like they could do anything else. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm interested to watch the fight. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be reacting to it with my cousin, so we're gonna be on that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Later.